So around this time last year, I was in the middle of my study abroad / backpacking trip through Europe. I had such an amazing and life-changing time that I can't stop talking about it. But not everything was all sunshine and rainbows. So I have compiled a list of my worst experiences while traveling through Europe. You're welcome. When I was canyoning in Croatia, I went to jump from one rock to another, slipped, fell, went underwater, underneath a waterfall, and low-key couldn't get out, thought I was gonna die, and my guide had to jump in and save me. I ended up with this huge bruise on my thigh that lasted for a few weeks. When I had visited Nice the week before the terrorist attack happened, and my roommate actually stayed in a hotel on the street that the truck drove through. When I stayed in Paris in a 20-person co-ed room. That's right, 10 bunk beds in one room. There was this guy who was in the bunk bed next to me, and his alarm went off multiple times at 6 in the morning and wouldn't shut it off until some guy across the room screamed at him. It was crowded and it was chaos, and I will never be doing that again. When my SIM card that I had just bought stopped working the first day into my backpacking trip, I had to rely on not so great city Wi-Fi and maps that I had screenshotted onto my phone in order to find my hostel for the night and any attractions / monuments that I wanted to go see that day. When I was stalked by a random man for over an hour. I had just left my hostel in Prague and I was on my way to Munich, and a random guy on the street followed me into the metro station, onto the metro I was taking, got off at the same stop as me, followed me until I got onto a train, until a train guard took him away because he didn't have a ticket. And before he left, he came up to me and said, "Hey, do you have money so you can buy me a ticket?" I think it goes without saying that I did not help this man in any way. And I learned pretty soon afterwards that I was not supposed to be on that train. I was supposed to be on a bus. So that whole day was just a fiasco. When I had to pay a 50 € fine on the metro system in Berlin. I had bought a ticket the previous day thinking it would last me 24 hours. Turns out it was just a day ticket, so it only lasted for that day. So when the train inspector came around and realized I didn't have a valid ticket, he escorted me off the train at the very next stop, took me to an ATM, and made me withdraw 50 euros. Would not recommend. Make sure you have a valid ticket at all times. When I got travel burnout in Amsterdam, it had been raining for 2 straight days. I was stuck in this hostel with 3 boys that didn't speak English. I was so sick of everything at this point, and I wanted to go home, and I didn't want to do anything. When I broke my camera screen jumping down from the Amsterdam sign. Just a few days after I had broke the screen on my GoPro when I dropped it down some stairs in a hostel. And side note, they both still work. When I ended up carrying over 5 different currencies of money in my wallet at the same time. When the airline lost my backpack on my flight back to America, which landed at around 11 p.m. So I was stuck in this terminal just searching the conveyor belt for my backpack that never came. I went to go find help, but most of the staff had left for the night. So I just had to leave, call the airline, and they ended up delivering it to my house the next day. Traveling is fascinating and incredible, but not everything always goes according to plan, and that's okay. In the moment when things go wrong, you could feel like your life is falling apart. But I promise you, soon enough, you will have a great story that you can laugh about. I hope you enjoyed this video of my worst experiences of my Europe trip. Stay tuned for more of my adventures.